First Watch with Sheriff Mark Daniels on KWCD Bisbee Sierra Vista. Hosted by Public Information Officers Carol Kappas and Grady Butler. First Watch is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
And welcome to your Friday. I'm Grady Butler. With me is Carol Kappas and Sheriff Mark Daniels. Good morning.
Good morning, Cochise County.
Good morning, everyone.
All right, it's Friday the 13th. Anybody superstitious?
It is Friday the 13th.
It is Friday the 13th.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
He said, I hope you have a great day until you just said that. Now I'm going to be thinking that all day.
Sorry.
Yes, and we're going to wrap that in at the end for your safety message, too.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we get this. There we go. Changing the whole day. Thanks, Grady.
Well, it is the season, so all the Christmas parades have happened and are still happening, and there are so many events coming up. Let's start with the last week we had the Benson Shop with a Cop.
Yeah, 115 kids that were sponsored and taken care of by law enforcement at state, local, and federal. So, again, a great event. That's a lot of kids to hustle. But, again, these are kids in need that we want to make sure we serviced. And everything I heard was awesome.
And Douglas Shop with the Cop is tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. And there's 75 kids, at last I heard. So you look at that, almost 200 kids. And thanks to all those who wear a badge that came out and did that service. They had their Shop with a Cop last Sunday, another well-attended event. So you'd probably look around 300 and some kids that have been serviced over the last 2 weeks. So when people say law enforcement in this community is not doing what they need to do or they don't care, I will counter all day on that. I think they do amazing and help 300 kids during the holiday season. We've done something special.
And it's not over yet because you have stocking stuffers.
Yeah, Stocking Stuffers, which is sponsored through the San Pedro Kiwanis Just Kids, Inc. program, that is tomorrow, too. So both of those events going on about the exact same time. I know the Sheriff's Office will be helping in both those events. Actually, we're involved in all of them. I mean, it's just to have the ability to participate with our fellow law enforcement officers from the cities and the troopers and the federal agents, and I just enjoy the heck out of this time of year because that's really what it's all about, paying it forward and giving back.
And another way to give back is at the Apache school party, and we want to give a shout-out to SAT.
Yeah, Sheriff's Assist Team. I'm going to give a big shout-out to John Black and his team over there. And the Apache School is a small school that's located on the east side of the county. And if you've never been to one of their Christmas parties, it's the coolest. So the Sheriff's Assist Team actually buys gifts for all the kids. They go over there. They sponsor lunch for them, and the parents come in. It's just the neatest event, too. And these kids, I mean, I don't want to be ill, but they're out there all by themselves. It's really a two-room schoolhouse. I say 2 rooms because they have a storage room. Otherwise, it's just really 1 room. But these kids are special. They really are. And it's whether you're in kindergarten or you're a senior, it's all 1 big room. So to have the ability to come in there and spend some time, and our Sheriff's Assist team go out there throughout the year. They've kind of adopted that school out there, so that's their school. They take it very, very serious. That they protect that school, take care of those kids. And it's right on the Mexico-Arizona state line where Geronimo surrendered. It's right down. In fact, you can see the monument from their school. So kudos to the SAT team for putting that on again this year.
And another shout-out goes to all of the people who are making this season bright. You know, we have to talk about the FedEx people who are delivering your packages, to the United States Postal Service. Thank you to all the men and women who are out there, to DHS, to, I don't know who else. Is it DHL? DHL, excuse me, who are out there delivering packages. So thank you to all of the service industries who are helping make everybody's Christmas happier.
Yeah, the unsung Santa Clauses. Really, that's really what they are. I mean, you're waiting for that package, you're waiting for that box to arrive by your front door, and we've become creatures of comfort in today's society where why is it not at my door now? But again, thank you to our postal folks and all our carriers out there, FedEx, UPS, all of them out there that they don't wear their red and they don't have a white beard, but they're out there doing the Santa's work.
And then the parades have been going on. We've got Tombstone and Huachuca City coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, 2 parades tomorrow. Huachuca City, and I think that's at 10. Am I right on that?
I believe that's true.
Yeah, check it, folks, if you're going to go out there. I did that one last year at 10 o'clock, and that thing weaves through the whole town. So no matter where you sit, you're going to see it. I mean, up and down the streets. And it's a small town. You think, well, you're on the upper part of Huachuca City, in the back streets, all the way down to the lower parts, back up through. It's a neat parade. Every parade's got its own community spin on it. And then Tombstone's the night parade tomorrow night, and I imagine it starts about
Starts
6
at
o'clock.
6.
6, yeah. I'd imagine 6 there too. And so it's great to see these communities coming together. And I want to give a shout out to our search and rescue team that helped the Boys and Girls Club last weekend put the bikes together. They
Yes.
do a big bike drive for kids at Christmas. It's like over 100 and some bikes. So they go over there because they come in boxes. They drop them off in a big freight truck. We stored them last year for the Boys and Girls Club. And then they actually assemble the bikes in a day. And the community comes out. A bunch of community members are out there. But thanks to our search and rescue folks have pretty much adopted that program. So just a lot going on.
And thanks Search and Rescue for being amazing and being in the Wilcox Parade too. So that's another one going on, and they're going to have their apparatus and their vehicles.
Is that tonight or tomorrow night? I think that one's tomorrow night too.
I believe so. Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's on Saturday night, 'cause I remember doing
Yes.
that one last year. And people always say, well, how can the sheriff's not in this one? There's only so much time in a day that you can actually do them all. But we do our darndest to make sure, we represent them all. But I do my darndest to be involved in as many as I can and many community events. And I mean, you look at, I think I said this last Friday, over a dozen give back holiday events, but we're closer to 20. Last Friday was up at the Generals, Commanding Generals holiday party with the Generals who were up there, and after that, I went to the Legacy Foundation's their Christmas party, and thanks to Margaret and her team. And so again, it's this weekend is just packed full of more community events and parties and stuff. So it's neat when the community comes together like that for all the right reasons.
And last Friday, we talked about Dr. Phil and Tom Homan being in our community to do a show, and that show is actually aired now.
Yeah, it aired on Tuesday night. If you haven't seen it, you can go to Merit, just how it sounds, MERIT space TV. That's Dr. Phil's own network. And it's on YouTube, too. I saw it was on YouTube now. So Dr. Phil and the new Borzar, Tom Homan, were down here to see what are we doing. I take that as such a compliment. I mean, we're doing so many innovative things here, so forward thinking on so many programs, and for them to come here and do a show with us. Dr. Phil's a really laid back guy. For anybody to ask, I mean, he's so laid back. And we stopped and got a soda, and I mean, he walked in, he's just embracing people. He's not one of those standoff and look at me, and not at all. And Tom Homan's message of rule of law. It's really under the rule of law. I mean, there's a process, and I said it before, I'll say it again. If you're processed in or you came in illegally, there is a process to get you back out. And it's got to go through the Department of Justice, the courts. And once they get the detainer removal order, by all means, it's no different. The FBI coming up and say, hey, we need some help rounding up this person. So we will do our part, no doubt about it. As long as you have the legal process, we'll do it.
And if you want to watch the show, you can go to YouTube and just type in Dr. Phil, Cochise County, and it'll pop up.
Oh, that's good. I didn't know that. Yeah.
And another thing that we're looking at for taking care of our people internally, specifically, it helps during these times, is a class called Struggle Well. And it's a week-long training, and we have it going on this week. And all of the feedback that I've heard is that it's, people have been resistant to it initially. Oh my God, here's like a week out of my time, and we have other things that we need to be doing. But really the end result is how much they appreciated the things that they learned in that class.
Well, it is. People are a little skeptical because they think they're getting in your mind or something like that. I went through it. I had the executive team of the Sheriff's Office. We went through it. It's a great program to really reflect on the challenges that we do every day and how we address them. And that's something that old school law enforcement is probably more skeptical of because we didn't grow up in a career like that. I didn't. But I'll tell you, it's the way of life for the new generation of law enforcement. We physically, if somebody gets hurt, we take care of it right away. Nobody thinks twice. Somebody gets damaged mentally, and I'll just say, you're fine. You're fine. You're having a bad day. No, we have to address it the same way. We have to be forward thinking on that too, and we have been over the last couple of years. Again, Legacy Foundation, big supporter of that, and so Boulder Crest out of Sonoyta, big supporter, and all those that are stepping up. And we just want to make sure that we're doing the checking the boxes for mental health in the Sheriff's Office, because we go out and we deconflict problems every day. We got to make sure we deconflict our own too internally. And so there's a program they're graduating the class today, and there's local law enforcement sheriff's deputies. I'll be going there at 10 o'clock this morning just to show support. Not to say anything, but just show support.
And last week at the Academy graduation, we debuted a video that shows the partnerships that are here in Cochise County.
Yeah, and we had to, we talked about it on Monday. Do we release that video? And the answer is yes. There's no better time than present, any time, to show. It's under the weight of the badge, George Strait song. Grady, you put that together. You did an amazing job. And thank you. I played it at our award ceremony up in Phoenix on Tuesday night, and it went over very well because it really shows the tributes that law enforcement puts forward and the dangers they face. And so we released that. If you haven't seen that, obviously, I think that's on YouTube too, correct?
Yep, and on our Facebook page.
And our Facebook page. And but take a look at that. You know, if you like it, let us know you like it. But it's just another way of sharing, and especially during the holidays where, and I say this, we all seem to forget, you know, you have medical people, you have law enforcement, public safety that are working those holidays. I'll be working on Christmas. I always do every year just to show support. I'll send one of my deputies home has kids. Go home, you know, spend some time. I'll take care of this. I'll take care of calls. But and I know some of my command staff does the same too. So it's just our way of giving back. But take a look at that video. I hope you like it.
And also the Arizona Sheriff's Association, you were talking about the award ceremony. So we had the Medal of Valor that was given to Deputy Sean Maddox.
Yeah, Deputy Sean Maddox, former Marine, young deputy with us. Dad was a DPS trooper and former Bisbee police officer who retired. And just, Dad was a great guy. I'll just throw that in there. But Sean was actually working. We were notified of a vehicle that, this happened June of 2024, about 6 months ago. Vehicle, supposedly the individual driver was involved in a shooting, turned out to be shot point blank, killed a person in Tucson. Again, I don't know if the case is adjudicated, but that's the allegation. He kidnapped a girl. She got away from him at Sierra Vista. Went to convenience stores, reported it. We had an ATL for the vehicle, attempt to locate. Deputy Maddox spotted the vehicle. As he got in behind it, lighted up, which means make a traffic stop. The guy took off, then started shooting out the back window. The suspect shot 50 times at Deputy Maddox. By that time, the vehicle went into a cul-de-sac, a dead-end area, got out, continued to shoot at Deputy Maddox. His bravery, he got out of the car, took his AR rifle, used the front hood of his car as like a mount to shoot from, and shot it out with him. And the suspect was shot 6 times and survived, amazingly survived. And there were some other officers, one from Sierra Vista PD, Bisbee PD, DPS, and Border Patrol all came in to assist. And so it was a collective effort again, great partnership to bring the suspect in. So he was awarded the Medal of Valor. Alicia, his wife, actually I brought her up on stage too, and they presented it, and that's on our Facebook page too if you want to take a look at that. But congratulations to Sean Maddox for such a brave act, and we're so blessed he's with us.
We also went before the Board of Supervisors to talk about the Juvenile Detention Center. What was that about?
Well, we're in a situation where it's no secret that our jail capacity, our jail's in trouble, our jail capacity has been challenged. The future, it's going to be several years before we get a new jail here as that process continues moving forward in a good way. So the Juvenile Center, we don't house juveniles here. It's just an overnight stay. If they're held by the judge, they go to Florence. I have a real problem with that, but it's the system in place now that has been adopted. So it's really just a holding place. The Juvenile Center is a county-owned facility owned by the county, and then the state operates it. So with the new process in place, we thought that's 42 beds. It's got a lot. It's got a rec area, control room. It's got a better sally port, which is where the officers, bring the inmates. So long story short is we asked the board to switch facilities. So our adult facility, which holds 17 to 20, we switched facilities. So we're going to start using the one. And that's the one located next to the new hospital as you turn on Colonial del Salud. There's a Superior Court attached to it too. So it's just a better facility. So we're going to be moving in there. We also asked for 8 additional officers to help staff that because you're doubling your bed size. And that was approved. We asked for many more, and we really need more based on liability insurance guidelines. But we have a study out right now with the new jail for new personnel numbers. So once we get that back, we'll reapproach on that. So thanks to Ann English and Peggy Judd for approving that, because that's our board members that approved that, because we want to make sure that we're leaning forward on this, thinking forward on this, but also finding the best place and most efficient place to put our inmates.
And you have a sad event today that you have to attend on Fort Huachuca. So our hearts and prayers go out to the family of former Fire Chief Stephen Hawk.
Yeah, for those who didn't know Stephen Hawk, he's a retired fire chief. He worked this area on Fort Huachuca for many years. He spent his whole career in the fire service. When he retired, he moved away, went to Montana, then down to the south. But he passed away here recently, and you never know what the next day is going to bring you. So please, give your loved one, especially this time of year. So his services with military honors will be today at 11 o'clock at the Veterans Chapel on the Veterans Memorial Cemetery. So again, Stephen was a friend of mine, so I'll be up there at 11 o'clock today.
And Sheriff Daniels, what is your stop of the week?
You know, when you stop a car, you never know what you're stopping. Let's just be real. I stopped a vehicle 6:30 in the morning, coming up the Buffalo Soldier Trail, heading in for an early meeting here 2 days ago, and this big box truck with temporary plates was in front of me, and he had more time on the shoulder than everywhere but the road. So I stopped him and walk up. He spoke very little English. He was from, I believe it was Cuba, and had no paperwork on the vehicle. And when you stop a vehicle and he has no paperwork, and he told me he was dropping off stuff in Bisbee for Amazon. Now this is 6:30 in the morning, and I asked him if he has his bill of lading or a manifest to show. No paperwork. Had no paperwork on the truck, nothing. So I get him out of the vehicle. I ran what he gave me. He has a driver's license. I ran that. He's wanted out of Tucson. He had a warrant out of Tucson. And I said, you got a warrant. Now he had a hard time speaking to me, and I had a hard time speaking to him. And but he said, that's not me. Well, it's your ID. I mean, who is it then? Long story short is, if you're going to drive a car, and this got more complicated from there, but long story short is, you have to carry paperwork. He had made a comment to me that the reason he had no paperwork was he broke down in Bisbee, which was the second big commercial truck I had broken down in a month. I think we did air a story on that here just a month ago, and where he had said he broke down in Bisbee, but his boss took all his paperwork. Now, if you all buy that, I didn't buy it, and but there's things we can and can't do, and but again, if you're going to drive a motor vehicle, you have to carry your paperwork with you. You truly do. And the lines on the highways are not discretionary. They're painted for mandates. You have to stay within them. If you don't, I promise you, law enforcement, especially this time of year where we want you not to drink and drive, Uber, friends, do not drink and drive. Please, we don't need tragedy on that. And last but not least, the message I want to share with everybody is the fact that slow down. I know we're in a busy hurry right now because it's Christmas and emotions and good, bad are playing all over the place, but we really need to slow down. Right now, if you're heading to Tucson, there's a bad accident up in Whetstone at the junction of 82 and 90. Our deputies are up there. I've been out there for several hours. Really bad head-on up there. So, again, these tragedies, especially at Christmas time, kind of magnified. We all know that. So please drive safe out there.
Well, Sheriff Mark Daniels, we thank you for coming and talking to us today.
Grady, Carol, thank you, and thank you guys for all you do, both you guys. Thank you.
And Carol, who do we have coming in next?
We have City of Sierra Vista Mayor McCaw.
First Watch on KWCD Country. It's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
Giving you an inside look to your sheriff's office. Let's go back to First Watch on KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. I'm Grady Butler, and with me is Carol Kappas and our next guest.
Welcome back, Cochise County, and thank you so much, Mayor, for being here. The mayor for all seasons, I tell you. You're just everywhere.
It's a beautiful day.
Well, thank you so much for being here. And again, you're doing something incredible for the city of Sierra Vista. And on behalf of our residents here.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's something for the holidays. So you're giving out food for the you're giving out food baskets and giving it to people for
Yes, ma'am.
Sierra Vista. So tell us a little bit about that. Sorry, I was a little bit tongue-tied.
Oh, no problem. So, Carol, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you and Grady for the opportunity to just come on and tell we have a Sierra Vista Dream Center, which is an after-school tutoring program. And one of our facets is that we give out food baskets during the holidays. We used to give out food baskets during Thanksgiving, but there were so many others that was giving out food baskets, and we wanted to make sure that after Thanksgiving they still have something to eat. So we have started something new last year where we give out food baskets right before Thanksgiving, right before Christmas, excuse me. And these food baskets will be it has toys as well as food. We give out hams and chickens and the assortment of canned goods as well as desserts. And it'll be a little something special for the kids in there as well. So we're scheduling about 400 food baskets, and we're centering around the West End, around Frytown. We're set up operations with Carmichael Elementary School. They're in the Carmichael parking lot. And it's just a beautiful time. It starts at 10 o'clock on the 20th of December. 10 o'clock at the 20th December. First come, first serve. We're not reserving no baskets. It's just for the people of Sierra Vista to come out to get food, hams and chickens. There will be frozen, so you're going to have to defrost them, but it's for the community.
And so is it a drive-through? Is it a walk-up? How can you do that?
You can drive through. You can walk up. We service anyone who comes. You don't need ID. We just ask that it's one basket per car, one basket per person, per group. So we can't give 5 baskets in one car. It goes fast. So we're just asking one per household. Come experience this great giveaway, and we just love our community.
And you have a lot of sponsors that help you provide this type of a thing to give back.
Yes, ma'am. So we have thank you to our sponsors. We have Community Food Bank of Southern Arizona. We have United Way of Sierra Vista and Cochise County. We have the awesome group of professional firefighters, Lodge 4492, and we have SSBEC, who sponsors everything in town. And we have Carmichael Elementary School. We have Legacy Foundation of Southern Arizona. And we also have the awesome organization of Cochise County Sheriff's Office with Sheriff Mark Daniels.
You just did a lot of name dropping right there. Those are a lot of great groups that are supporting this event with you.
Oh yes, they have come monetarily as well as food. These groups, we have collaborated with them, and we're just excited about what's going to happen on 20th December.
And is there still an opportunity for the community to help with this, or you guys squared away?
Oh yes, we're accepting any kind of donations. We're accepting food. We're accepting canned goods. We'll go all the way up to even the 20th of December. We'll accept. So we're just trying to make sure that every citizen in Sierra Vista has something to eat on the 25th of December.
And how and where can they take those donations?
They can take them to 100 Nelson Drive. That's where our office is, 100 Nelson Drive. Or you can call me on my cell phone, 520-266-2934.
Well, we appreciate what you're doing for the community. This is a great outreach, and we thank you for everything that you do for the city of Sierra Vista.
It is a pleasure. It is a great town. We grew up in this town, and we just love giving back. Thank you to First Watch for allowing us to come. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Grady. Thank you, Sheriff Mark Daniels, and thank you to the people of Sierra Vista.
Well, thank you for coming and talking to us today, Mayor. And Carol, who do we have coming in next?
We have Sierra Vista the Fire Marshal, Don Foster.
First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
Let's go back to First Watch on KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. I'm Grady Butler. With me is Carol Kappas and our next guest.
Welcome back, Cochise County. What a day, huh? And so we have Sierra Vista Fire Marshal Don Foster. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, so tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Yeah, so we're still right in the thick of it for our 53rd annual Firefighters Toy Drive, Sierra Vista Firefighters Toy Drive. So we're collecting toys for girls and boys ages birth to 12 and new and unwrapped. And if you don't want to go shopping, then we can gladly take a gift card or some cash donations, and we'll convert that into toys.
And how are you doing so far? What does it look like?
We're doing pretty good, but we could still always use the help. We have some older kids this year, so kind of looking at the 9 to 12 on the age ranges that we could still use some presents for. And this is kind of a year that we've seen a lot of new families come through. The economy is not doing so great right this second. And I think we're seeing that on our end. So we're having some more people than we usually do, and they could use some help. So, the cash donations and stuff, we can go out shopping for them. It's a little harder to get the older kids, So I'm always racking my brain, trying to figure out, what to get. But it's nice when we have families to go out shopping especially with kids that age, because they know what to get. You
Right.
know? So yeah, that's what we're looking for.
So do you have any more signups, or is that closed right now?
Well, the signups are going to be closed like today. We did 2 of our official days, and I'm kind of unofficially taking some families here and there as needed. But today we have to close it up, so because we have a lot of stuff prep wise to do for our bag and tag and stuff. So today is the last day.
And one way to donate is you guys do a live remote broadcast from the radio stations here, and that happens on Wednesdays. Last week was at Arby's, and you've got Ace Hardware Schlotzsky's coming up. How was last week? And then tell us about this week.
Well, yeah, so we just this last Wednesday we was at Ace.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So this will be the last one coming up.
Oh, wow, we're already there?
I know, yeah.
Wow.
It went by fast. So this
Okay.
is our last remote coming up on Wednesday. And, it was awesome. It was a really good time. It was getting cold out there as soon as the sun goes down. But we had a bunch of firefighters out there. We had people dropping by, and we had a couple of companies that had used this time of year, instead of doing like an office Christmas party and stuff, what they did was they all chipped in and bought Christmas presents, and they donated to the toys for the kids in their community. I thought that was pretty cool. And it was just a good turnout. There was people that come down. We have a Santa Claus lane set up, with our flags and stuff, and we had our too tall guy that's walking up and down the street, and we have a little mini fire truck that was screaming around the parking lot, making me a little nervous. But it was a really good turnout, and this one coming up is usually the biggest one, and so we're going to have our kids out there. The firefighter kids are selling hot chocolate and coffee or cookies, and that'll go towards all the benefits, or all the proceeds will go to the toy drive.
And if they can't make it out to one of your live broadcasts on Wednesday, how else can they donate?
Yeah, so they can go to any Sierra Vista Fire Medical Station and drop off whatever they have. There's 4 of those stations. And also this year, since the city kind of took over the golf course, we have a box down there too. And there's some QR codes floating around there on some of the donation boxes, and so you can even scan and go straight into that.
What is the latest time that people can give you donations?
Well, we'll take them anytime, honestly, but to get into this year, we're going to be doing our bag and tag on the 20th. I think it's the 20th. And so basically that's kind of the last day for this year. But honestly, I shop like 365 days a year. I hit all the sales. I try to make the community money stretch, so the toys don't go to waste. We hold on to them, but if you want to get it on this year, then that would be the 20th.
And then do you need volunteers for bag and tag? And how can they get involved in that?
Yeah, so the dates on that will be let me just look it up real quick so I have it. So the 21st is the bag and tag. That's 1 o'clock, and that'll be at our station on Fry Boulevard, 1295 East Fry. You don't have to call. All you have to do is just show up, and we'll take volunteers for that, and that's where you actually take the toys and you fill the bags up for the kids, so you get to go shopping basically for the kids. And the following morning at 8 o'clock on the Sunday, the 22nd, is delivery, and we need volunteers for that. Same thing, you just come to the station, and in your car, drive through the bay. We give you a bag with an address, and you go deliver the toys. It's pretty cool.
And do you have a way that people can follow you on Facebook and keep an eye on this and also get more information?
We do not have it on Facebook, but we do specifically for the toy drive. But the city website has it on there, and then the local 4492, the firefighter union, IFF, has it on there as well.
All right. Well, we thank you for coming and talking to us today, and we really appreciate what you guys do for the community with the community's help.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it.
All right. Well, we look forward to maybe beginning of next year wrap up and see how this whole thing finally went. So
yeah,
we'll talk to you in January.
I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent.
All right.
Thanks for coming and talking to us today.
All right, thanks.
And Carol, how do they get a hold of us at the Sheriff's Office?
So reach out at Cochise County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Mark J. Daniels. That is our social media site. That'll take you to our Facebook. You can also access our Instagram and Twitter from there. X. Give us a call, 520-432-9500, or our webpage at cochise.az.gov/sheriff. We look forward to hearing from you.
First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
You've been listening to First Watch, brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. Keep up to date. Follow the Cochise County Sheriff's Office on Facebook and tune in next Friday, 7 a.m. for First Watch right here on KWCD.